Hello, everyone. Welcome again to our Earth Week programming. My name is Ingrid Paredes. I am the satellite director here at March for Science, as well as a satellite organizer based in New York City. Thank you again so much to everyone who's been tuning into our programming all week, especially today for our Day of Democracy, where we've been featuring folks who have been working for science and justice from all around the globe. So we featured today folks we just heard from voting rights lawyer, with our interim executive director, Rania Patrice. We've heard from organizers from the Philippines and Poland, all over the world. And now we're super happy to have Cristiana, a science advocate based in Brazil, joining us for today's conversation. So Cristiana, thank you so much for joining us on the virtual stage.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. Talk about March of Science.
Yeah, we're super happy to have you. Can you introduce yourself a little bit and your organization?
Yes, of course. My name is Cristiana Brito. I'm from Minas Gerais, Brazil. I'm a researcher in Fiocruz, Minas, and I'm the coordinator of a group of institutions that work for divulgation and advocate for science in Minas Gerais. The name is ctsmov.net.br. It's our website, so you can find all the information about us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, definitely for anyone who's tuning in, especially if you're back in Brazil, we're definitely going to be sharing resources throughout the conversation. So feel free to tune in and find out more about the organization at those links. So tell me more, Cristiana, how did your work in science advocacy begin? What motivated you to attend March for Science back in 2017 and then keep organizing afterwards?
Yes, we start because of we have a very important cut in the numbers of scholarships for students in Brazil. So we are trying to convince the government that we need more money for science. So we are doing the March for Science, trying to mobilize also the society that science is important. So we need money, and we needed the society in our side, trying to convince the government that we need money, that this money is really important for us to improve the science and improve the technology in Brazil. So we are doing this for 5 years.
Yeah, I think you're exactly
So
right.
we have also other events during the year. So the March for Science is just the first one in the year, but we have also many other events that you can show for the whole population what the researchers do during in the different institutions, in universities and institutions of science, like Fiocruz. So we have many different goals to trying to show the population what is the importance of science.
Yeah, I think you brought up two really important points. One being funding and infrastructure to support science, and the second is the relationship that scientists have to society through communication. And on the first one, I think this funding thing is so key, and it's really how March for Science got its start. Right, all over the world, scientists know that the work that we do in the lab is of value, that we want to have. People have access to the technologies that we're studying and developing. And that means that our government should be supporting science. And the other part of it is also that we know that the science can't just stay in the lab, that it needs to be connected to the people. So I think that's awesome. And I love that from a single day event like March for Science back in 2017 or every year, that you've also been able to organize these other events throughout the year, like Day of Science, to really mobilize folks. So what have you had planned over this year? I know that you have March for Science coming up next week on April 28th. Is that going to be virtual? Are you holding it? What do you have planned?
Yes. The whole event will be virtual because of the pandemic. In Brazil now we have a very difficult situation. But since last year, our events are virtually, but we have many people involved in all of them. So we are able to have a good event despite of this distance. So this year we are going to have the March for Science in the next week. And in July, we have the National Day of Science. And we celebrate also the day for researchers. And in October, we have the whole week celebrating science and technology. So we have these three big events in Brazil.
I love it. I love it. And is this just based in your state, or is it all of Brazil where researchers are coming together to organize?
For this event, we have a local organization that it's from my state, that's Minas Gerais state, but we have also activities in different parts of Brazil. But our organization, it's only in this state, the Minas Gerais state.
Got it. That's really exciting. I really love how over time March for Science has been able to branch out into, like kind of like fire, like every day. I mean, the first day there was just all these satellite marches all around the world. But then after things calmed down, everyone went into their local communities, their home states, their own institutions to really work with the people around them. So that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to hopefully tuning in or sharing some of the programming that you have planned. So what advice do you have? I know that for you, funding for the science and getting scientists out in the lab, talking to others about their research, getting folks excited about science and science communication is really important. But for a lot of scientists, I think even with culture changing, there is still a hesitancy to step out of the lab and really start speaking up. What advice do you have for folks who are interested in science advocacy but don't know where to start?
I think the most important is to start as a student. So we have in Brazil many different students movements, groups of students that also do the advocacy for science. So I think it's a good start for them. And I think for the teachers, the researchers, we have also, just a minute, that I have I think my door is.
That's okay.
Sorry about that. Because I asked for food.
No,
Sorry, I have to answer. Just a minute.
That's the beauty of doing live shows. You never know what will happen. Yeah, while you're grabbing your food, I think you brought up a really
Sorry, really sorry, because I asked for food and just now arrived.
Don't be sorry. You need to eat. You need to eat.
So we are talking about how to do this movement, so how to start the advocacy for science. And I think in the university, the students have this opportunity to get together and talk about that. And I think the most important part is to cut the distance between universities and academia, not only universities, but also research institutes and the society. So we need to show the society what we are doing. So I think we create these distances. So we need to change this situation and be more close to the people.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, because that's exactly how we get scientific solutions that are really grounded in our communities, grounded in justice to build up our communities rather than having scientific information kind of, hidden behind closed doors, or people not realizing that they have a relationship with science. And I love that
Yeah.
you I love that you said that, it could be everyone, starting with students and then teachers, everyone involved in the scientific community, even like science advocates at home who love science and maybe didn't study it formally, but feel a connection to it. Everyone can like stand up and really start to advocate. So I'm super excited. I think we're running out of time, but let us know where we can find you online. Let us know when the event is again. How can we find you?
Okay. So our website, it's ctsmov.net.br. So you can find our schedule of the whole day for 28th April. But we have also in this page all the information about the other events during the year. So we can talk there. So we have there an email, so we can talk and you can have contact from the website. So it will be a pleasure to have all the people involved in this event.
Definitely. And we'll definitely be sending people your way as much as we can through our platforms. So thank you, Cristiana, again. I'm really glad that we got to meet. I hope you enjoy your dinner. I'm really glad that you made time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Thank you so much again. And we'll talk
Was a pleasure talk to you.
soon.
Bye. Thank you.